unedited, unfiltered, raw. What the fuck is up, YouTube? So I just got out the gym, and I just wanted to talk about, fitness and the fitness industry within itself, the dogmatic viewpoints of fitness, right? Most of us that work out follow a very strict regimen, and we think, what we know is what is right. Correct? I mean, it's a heavily ego-based thing, right? And there's lots of science-based types of lifting out there, whether it's lifting, cardio, whatever your spiel is when it comes to fitness. Now, years ago, I found myself down the rabbit hole, when the whole pandemic thing happened. I was watching podcasts when it came to fitness, and people were demonizing the deadlift. Like, oh, the deadlift is bad. You could hurt yourself, the risk to reward ratio, and how it's bad for hypertrophy. But that's specifically for hypertrophy. And I'd argue if you do hypertrophy, you do need to do these stabilization exercises, right? Everybody's different types of injuries and things of that nature, different body types. But, I found myself down the rabbit hole of following people that were hyper fixated on, just using machines for hypertrophy, just really, having a very dogmatic viewpoint of this is right, this is the only way to do it, only this many sets of this, only time under tension, mind muscle connection. And now the Mike Mentzer split's very popular now. And I found myself going down that rabbit hole of not squatting, not deadlifting, and mainly using machines. And I have a shit ton of imbalances now. Now, if you go on my Instagram, if you go on my TikTok, you'll see I'm a pretty fit dude, man. I've been doing this shit for a minute. I've been lifting for a cool minute. I think I'd have a pretty decent physique, I'd even argue, not to fucking jerk myself off, I think I'd have an ideal male physique. To be quite honest with you, as an addy, there's nothing about my goddamn physique that's extraordinary, but it's just ideal. It's oh, you're a lean dude, and if you go and look into fitness and what people kind of, spew out there, it is very dogmatic, and it tends to be so. I kind of treat it like diets, diets tend to be something that are very trendy. So it's trendy to do low volume one year, then it's trendy to do high volume the next year, then it's trendy to do this. Watch, right now, low volume training has become very trendy. Give it another 2 years, give it another year, another 6 months, something else is going to be trendy. And that is just because the nature of the beast, and that's fitness, whether it be fitness or any trend in life, right? The best trend is the one that you're gonna do. That sounded way too fucking close to something that some of y'all take. But anyways, man, yeah, dude, it's just nuts. I just find fitness to be a very funny thing because it becomes very dogmatic, especially once you have a good physique. People ask all the time, hey, what do you do to get this? What do you do to get abs? And now you're the spokesperson of this, said regimen, right? It's people ask me, I have a fucking sick ass six pack, as I said, not to jerk myself off, but I'm not gonna hate on myself and sound like a bitch about it either. I have a fucking sick ass six pack, man. And I find myself people asking me, hey, what do you do to get abs? And I'm the fucking spokesperson of abs now. And it's wait, I mean, am I really even qualified to talk about this? Granted, I used to be a personal trainer, and I do know quite a bit, and I do my research, and I am extremely knowledgeable. But at the same time, there's so many different ways to skin a cat, It's not only this one way. And to be quite honest with you, genetics play a huge role in, your the way your physique is going to be shaped. You know, it's very unfortunate that some people will ask and ask and ask and they still won't get the same results. Or you can get them pretty decent results, but you won't get them the ones that they're searching for, because, you know, at the end of the day, genetics just play massive fucking role in this goddamn thing. And genetics may even play a role in how intense you fucking train, you know? Are you a fucking nut job internally? Are you going nuts in the gym? Are you resting the proper amount of time? Is your nutrition on point? But as I said, all these things are very arguable, and that's what I say. That goes back to my viewpoint of things being very dogmatic, and why you don't want to find yourself in that rabbit hole of only sticking to this style of training. Because at the end of the day, you want to be training till you're fucking 70. You want to be working out till you're like 80, 60, if you're going to be alive till then. The way some of you motherfuckers, you know, take some of these goddamn supplements and shit, they're not even supplements. Let's just say the extra curricular shit y'all taking. Y'all ain't gonna be around till 70. So I guess that's some shit you're not gonna have to fucking worry about. But to think that fitness is only this one-sided thing is delusional, because one day you may be lifting heavy as fuck, like on some powerlifting shit. The next day, you know, not next day, the next year you may be like, fuck this, I just want to look good. You may be on some fucking bodybuilding shit. And then 3 years down the line, you're like, fuck all of this, I'm gonna do martial arts. And then you're gonna look back at yourself and you're like, why was I such a judgmental cunt? And that is because I think people that do fitness or do work out tend to be like, you know, the ones that are like really in the gym, that are like 5-6 days a week. Even the nut jobs that are in there 7, like me sometimes, but I'm not lifting the 7th day. But anyways, you know, you tend to be a very like one-sided individual, and you need to relax and just understand there's other forms. And if you have shoulder pain and pains of this nature that are just aching and don't go away, maybe you need to reevaluate your training. Like right now, man, I just started deadlifting again, and I just started OHPing and squatting again, and like with barbells, and man, my imbalances have been fixing like nearly overnight. It's fucking nuts, man. You gotta fucking go back to the basics. The basics is where it's at. Relearn the motor patterns. And damn, when that fucking pandemic happened, bro, like that was like, I guess my excuse when the gym shut down, my excuse to not keep deadlifting. And I know it was such a skillful thing the deadlift is such a skillful art that, you know, I didn't want to relearn the motor pattern, you know, because the gyms would shut for a week, then reopen, then shut, then reopen. And I was like, man, fuck this. I'm just not deadlifting. Oh, podcast saying, oh, fucking deadlift ain't that great. Oh, fuck it, I ain't even gonna do it. And then I'm like, dude, this shit's so fucking great for your goddamn posture. My body's like realigning itself like in its own imbalances, man. It's fucking nuts. So that's just to say, don't be so dogmatic with your fucking training. Train for the long run. Train like you're gonna do this shit when you're 70. Don't only hyperfixate on like, you know, only high reps, only low reps, only this, only that. Do it as if like, bro, like you're gonna be doing this shit till you're 70. And who the fuck isn't jacked, you know, that's lifting consistently, you know? I'd argue a lot of you powerlifting looking motherfuckers that don't look like you lift weights are actually buff as shit under all that goddamn belly fat, you know? And a little bit more volume, if you went a little more till failure, you'd probably be a lot more jacked. But bro, you're in the fucking gym, you're lifting fucking weights. Don't fixate on just one thing unless you're like a competitor or something. Just do this shit as if you got years in your tank. Well, YouTube, as I said, I'm a one-take head-ass motherfucker. I'm not editing any of this shit out. Everything I said this is the type of videos I make, man. I don't give a fuck. Y'all have a great day. Y'all stay blessed, and have a great workout. I just killed mine. Yes, sir. Yes, indeed.